Hello guys, this is leathertoolz. Today I'm going to do a review on water pricking irons 3.0mm spaced ones. I received this a few days ago and I used it and I really like it a lot. So I'm going to do a review on them. Now here's a simple sheath I made for the pricking iron. Whenever I get my tools that more like fragile, more like delicate tools like this, I make a simple case for it. So I can store it safely without bumping each other. I may get another pricking iron sets from the Wuta, so I just made a place for in advance so that I can stick in and keep them together. Now, so here is the pricking irons. The thing about these pricking irons are this is really well made. Recently, Chinese have made tools a lot recently because there's a big trend in China for leathercraft. There are so many people doing leathercraft that the demand is really big. So a lot of makers manufacture leather tools. Wutaleather is one of them. He makes leather tools, not even pricking irons, also other things too. But I really like this the pricking iron when I saw on eBay. I paid $85 shipped to South Korea. It was really cheap when it was fast. It wasn't EMS service. It was trackable, like registered mail service. But it was confirmed to the receivement. So I'm really happy with the shipping. Now, if you take a closer look, there's the his maker mark here, Uta, rather, and there's number 9 and 3.0mm engraved. It's just slightly engraved on the surface, so it will not remove even though scratches happen, so don't worry. And here's the teeth. Let me show you. It's very well ground, sharpened to the tip, and the side is even it's really polished very well. Okay, this A2's T2 sharpened very well. See that shine? This polishing makes easy to remove from leather when using it, so it is important. And teeth option he has only 2 and 8 teeth available for as a set. He has a 1 teeth, but if you don't need it, you don't really necessary to buy it. But he offers 2 and 8 prong sets without 5 sets. I asked him about it, and he said 5 teeth are unnecessary for use in leathercraft. He already tested some of the teeth sizings, and he says 2 and 8 prongs are the ideal sets for the leathercraft. You feel like 5 teeth are needed, but you can do with the 2 teeth, and 5 teeth you don't really need necessarily. And to keep the price down, he need to just to have it as a 2 and 8 prong sets, not so many options, so he can produce a lot more cheaper than that. He wants to sell the tools that are cheap but really good quality, like these ones. I say these are the high-end chisels, high-end pricking irons, because you may see a lot of pricking irons from eBay from China that it's not really suitable for leather craft. It makes too big holes, or it is too chunky. It is too it breaks after a few use. But these are not. Okay. Let's talk about the steel that's used. These pricking irons are made of a DC53 steel. Before I talk about this DC53 steel, I want to talk about D2 steel. I'm not going to go crazy on steel, but I'm going to just say very short that D2 steels are really highly thought after for the knife makers or knife enthusiasts like me. D2 steels are really highly wear resistant, and it has a rust resistive into it. Even though it's carbon steel, it has a many chrome content to it, so it can withstand rust easily. It's called a semi-stainless, some may call it, but it is still a carbon steel. D2 steel is really good for knife or tools like this because it can withstand the shock and everything. But DC53 is upgrade version of D2. It's even better. It has better machining. It has just a better capability of what D2 can stand for. So the material used in this steel is really good, I should say. Okay, it is suitable for pricking iron. It is good steel for the pricking iron. DC53 is really good for pricking irons. It was good thought that Wuta used DC53 on these pricking irons. And downside of D2 is that it's hard to be polished to the fine polishing, but he managed to pull it off to the stage that where he can pull off the polishing. This kind of polishing is really hard to do with a D2 or DC53, but he did manage to pull it off. It was nice, good job on them. And the number 2 teeth has also this shoulder that I can hold on to the grip like this and use it on like this. Japanese precans or other makers don't have this shoulder, but this shoulder is really must for the person to grip hold on. Otherwise, it will just plain this body will just your finger will move up around when you're using it. So this shoulder makes really good control. Of course, A2s have a bit broader shoulder, so you can grab on like this. And you may have noticed that there's difference between other precans. Their design is really kind of funny. If you noticed, there is a dead space right here. This was done because pricking irons previously, like for example, I don't have a Blanchard pricking iron right now, but I pulled off a picture from the Google. These are the Blanchard pricking irons, and if you haven't noticed that, here's a good example right here. These two teeth have a small width, but this one, check this out here. These have a broad teeth. So if you penetrate this using this precon, if you penetrate leather, like leather goes up to here, you may end up with a big holes at the end of each, but small hole only in the middle. This is a pricking iron. You prick the leather to just mark the leather. So I think they designed just like this, because you only get like this type of marking, just pricking. But if you penetrate leather deeper, you may have the leather will be placed here, and you may end up with a bigger hole. Like a size 10 also, they have a bigger teeth at the end. Here's another example. This is a Blanchard. How many teeth are there? But they're pretty big. But check this out. If you look here, they have all smaller teeth, but then at the end of the teeth, they have a big teeth like this. Like this. It's a different from the center and the outer. Like this. You haven't noticed. If you have keen eye, you already know. Some people use it without any problem, but I think that was a problem. If you penetrate leather deeply, you end up with a big hole at the end. But what they did was to think about, just they have a teeth at the end of each other, like a 10 teeth, but they all ground off like this. So they leave small holes at the center and no big holes at the outer space. So that was very clever design. You may thought that this grinding should be start here and go all the way up here, but then it will be kind of short shoulder, and it could be ruin the teeth. So I think they just ground off starting from here and here. I have no problem looking at this pricking iron. I think it's just more like a complete form of just well made tools. This one also have a kind of funky looking, have a space right here, but it was made just for the to make sure the holes are the same without making the holes bigger on the outside. So that's why they have a unique designs like this. And let me show you the stitchings we make. Here is the small stitchings. This one is Amiroke 3.4, and this was the Wutaleather 3.3 thinner thread, and this is a bigger thread. Here, this shows the more things consistently, that the top one is Wuta pricking iron, bottom one is Amiroke pricking iron. Do you see any of a difference? I think if I just tilt it like this, I think if you see this one and this one have almost same angle, right? And this one too have almost same angle, and even the width is smaller than ME. I think just a tiny bit smaller than ME, almost similar, but Wutaleather makes smaller width. This width is important for the stitchings. If you use the thinner thread for the small spacing ones, you need to have a small width. Then Wuta makes really good impressions, like what ME does for the about the half price of point. I will demonstrate. I will do the comparison video in the future. So I'm not going to go crazy on details, but Wutaleather just makes great hauls with a great price. I really highly recommend if you're looking for European pricking irons. So just side by side comparison from the ME Rogue here. Just high end pricking irons makers from China. Wutaleather is about 5 mil shoulder for the two pricking irons, and this one's, yep, also it's smaller than ME Rogue. Just to give you an idea, the price for pricking irons, I think these two are same, but plus the shipping, I'm not sure. This ME Rogue is more expensive, and you have to wait a lot on the ME Rogue. But you can ship out this, like you can get it shipped the next day, and you get within 10 days or 20 days. You don't have to wait a lot on these, and the stitching just doesn't really make difference from ME and Wuta. So you choose whatever you want. I will go into the details how they are different in other video, maybe in the future. So please check out my channel time to time, and if you don't have subscribed my channel, please subscribe, and please give me a thumb button, so you can just I can see that you guys like the video or not. So anyway, if you're looking for the good well-made pricking irons, but you don't want to pay too much on it, buy Wuta pricking iron. This is the new game in the town. And I was thinking, to choose, recommend for the starting leather crafts, what to choose for their starting pricking irons. I always want to say, go for the craft shop or the Japanese pricking iron makers, but I changed my mind. If you buy those, you may end up with buying another sets of higher end ones. But if you buy these as a starting leather craft project, you may not want to buy another set because it's really cool enough for the money. You have other options. They have reverse teeth. They have a LEV on it, reverse teeth, which is I'm gonna try to get for 3.0 millimeter ones. So I'm going to get another set of reverse pricking irons for 3.0 millimeter space ones. They have 2.7 millimeter and 3.4 millimeter and 3.8 millimeter ones. So you have 4 choices on both this obverse angle and reverse angle. So you total have 8 options for the size and which angle you have. So I would like to get all the 8 options probably, but I am not that rich, so I'm going to choose one other set for my tool collection. I tool use, just the one set is really fine. If you want me to recommend what size you should get, I think 3.8 millimeter is good for bag making and small goods making, but it's the stitching is just a matter of your choice. Everyone has different tastes, so choose what you want. A lot of good Japanese makers use 2.7 millimeter space ones for small goods, but that spacing is so little that I'm not sure if I can want to use it. So I just want to go as low as I can. I chose 3.0 millimeter teeth ones. This is still small enough for me, for the small leather goods. I really like it. I'm really happy with it. So I can really highly recommend these pricking irons. These are really well made for the price and everything. Alright, and if you guys have any question, please put them in the description box, and I'll put the link from his eBay shop down below. You can buy whatever you can use. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.